Here's the challenge from the existing lay of the land. Most complex, large, global, multivariate business units, legal entity organizations have a really fragmented, dispersed enterprise performance management organization. And the rationale for that historically always has been that people who are close to the business need to have the context of the business to be real business partners. Firstly, most people who are engaged in the enterprise performance management work spend between 50 to 70% of their time on data cleansing and data gathering. They spend another between 15 to 30% of their time on pure algorithmic analysis, most of which is past oriented as opposed to future prediction oriented. And that, frankly, if you do the maths, leaves only anywhere between 5 to 20% of the time for them to actually use the outputs of that in those business conversations and in those business discussions. The second problem we have here is that we typically expect a lot of these persons to be a combination of a multitude of talents. We expect them to be data scientists, we expect them to be statisticians, we expect them to be modeling experts, we also expect them to be general managers. If you think about transformation in enterprise performance management, we really need to think of centers of excellence model. A lot of data and a lot of the digital technology that is going to drive that transformation will require very sophisticated competency on using that data and digital technology. You need data scientists to make sense of structured and unstructured data. The more you focus on unstructured data, the more you focus on forward prediction as opposed to past, you need a completely different level of skill set to really make sense of that data. You need a lot of technology specialists to continuously evolve different technology, both from massaging the data, working on the data, to visualization, to making the experience, user experience of using the data much more friendly. You need a whole bunch of people who are highly experienced and highly capable in understanding value chains of business models and linking that data to those value chains and creating performance measurement models. And then you need a few people sitting right next to the business, not spending 70% or 60% of their time on data and another 20% on calculation, but spending 90% of their time using those outputs. In terms of the center of excellences, I think the world has now matured in most areas of operational work, of back office work, of knowledge work, to the concept of geography being irrelevant, and centers of excellence is really driven through the condition of three criteria. One is, where is the best talent at the best cost? Second is, where is the best exposure to the circumstance, which means that if you are dealing with a consumer products company in a US distribution market, who will understand that market? Who can get those logic to understand that value chain? And the third is, how much of language dependency is there? I think enterprise performance management needs a fundamental shift to center of excellence structure with business partners embedded at the business levels. And the center of excellence is driven through the only logic of those three determinant criteria that we just spoke about.